Hi there. So we love our van. This is an awesome van. We're excited to build it out. One thing we've heard online looking around different build sites is that these trim panels right here, the clips that hold them in tend to leak. From outside you can't see anything. We'll go inside the van. I'll show you what we're talking about. So right here you can see the top row of clips that hold these trim panels on. There's another row down below. We can't see them. Even if you look down in here, you can't see them because they're below this little floor. But what we've heard is water will run down the outside of the van and it'll work its way behind that trim panel and it'll come right through where these clips are holding the trim panels. So we're gonna pop all of these off. We're gonna put some caulking on there and pop them all back together. It might be overkill, but we just want to make sure that we never get any moisture against our insulation, which is going to be right here. So the tools we're going to use for this job are, we have a body trim panel removal kit we got from Harbor Freight. We'll put a link to that in the description. We're going to need a T20 Torx bit because the rear end of the driver's and passenger door and both ends of the sliding door, the trim panels are held in place with screws, and you need a T20 to get those out. That's pretty much all the tools we need. We went ahead and we found these online. These are a bunch of extra clips. I don't know how many of these clips are going to break when we pop these panels off. But if we don't buy any of these, I'm sure we'll break a lot of them. So we bought, I think, 100 of these. I'll link these in the description below as well. And then to seal them, we've got this DAP gutter and flashing sealant. It's Butaflex rubber sealant, so we'll show you how that works as well. So let's get to it. So for most of these, we're going to use this tool right here. Kind of wedge it down into the top. Pull away and the trim panels pop out of there. Move it down to the next one and that one pops out, and so on all the way down the van. And then you can come in from behind and do the same thing. And that's how those come off. For the doors, it's the same thing. However, like I said, the driver's and passenger side doors have these screws at the back end of them. And once those are out, then we can just use this trim panel tool. Some of them stay in the van, some of them stay in the trim panel. It's just kind of hit or miss which way it's going to go. So this is what the clip looks like. This is the part that's outside the van right here that holds the trim panel on. And on the back side, that's what goes inside the hole in the van. And I figured out a kind of easy way to get these off. What you want to do is squeeze this a bit so it'll come out of the van. And a good way to do that, I'm using this trim tool, is to just come in from the top and just push on the clip that's sticking through the hole, and then come in from the bottom and clip the other side. So basically I hit the top first and then the bottom, and this just comes right out of the van. So that works pretty well. Just like that, and like that. The first one's easier, the second one not so much, but it works. And they come out without breaking. So the idea now is we're going to take all of these out. Then we're going to clean this off and we'll put the caulking on there and pop them back in and slap it all back together. So as you can see, there's a fair amount of dirt around each of these holes. We want it to be clean so the caulking will stick really well. So we just got a rag and some warm water. Okay, well, we managed to get every one of them out of there without breaking a single clip, I think. So we're just going to try and reuse every one of these. If one of them looks broken, then we'll dig into the ones I bought online, but I think we're going to be okay. So we're just going to put a little bead around here. We're going to put these in and give them a little twist to make sure that the caulking is distributed evenly. And we're going to put them in with the square shape perfectly vertical like that, because that's how it fits into the panel. All right. And there it is. Okay, so we had a little bit of trouble. The first one of these we put on the passenger side, right here where the wheel well trim is. You can see that hole is kind of behind this trim. On the other side, we ended up having to take the wheel well trim off. But when we got on the front side here, we came up with a little workaround for that. So instead of putting the clip into that and then having to figure out how to line this up when this has to be underneath this, we're going to put this clip in the panel like that, and then we'll slide it in there and then bang it into the hole. It's still not super easy, but it's easier than what we did on the other side. You just kind of got to guide the tip of that thing to the hole. There it goes. That's in the hole. There we go. That did it. It's because this trim panel has to be over the top of this panel that we couldn't get it in there. All right, well, that went pretty good. Didn't take as long as we thought. It was what?
2 hours.
2 hours, yeah. I saw online somewhere that it would take about 3, but with 2 of us doing it, I think we knocked an hour off. So that's pretty cool. Panels came off, we put the caulk on, we put the panels back on, and we are ready to insulate.
So a nice little afternoon project.
Yeah, it went pretty good. So if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button down below.
And if you're interested in seeing more videos like this, hit the subscribe button.
And that's it. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.